So as President Trump's mass immigration enforcement continues, a leaked document is detailing a supposed plan by federal authorities to conduct a large-scale raid targeting illegal immigrants in Los Angeles.
This is interesting. The Los Angeles Times has obtained a leaked internal federal document detailing the plans. The outlet reports that the planned raid was going to be such a large-scale operation that ICE agents were also going to be joined by the FBI and DEA. With this raid supposedly set to happen before the end of the month.
Trump's administration is starting to express frustration over these leaks. Newly sworn-in Attorney General Pam Bondi has issued a clear warning last night for those responsible.
If anyone leaks anything, people don't understand that jeopardizes the lives of our great men and women in law enforcement. And if you leaked it, we will find out who you are and we will come after you. And it's not going to stop our mission. It's not going to stop the president's mission to make America safe again. We were very clear with the lawsuit that we filed in Chicago that if you don't follow the law, you will be prosecuted by the Department of Justice.
So this is the latest news. It comes after Trinidad gang members were allegedly tipped off in Colorado just last week ahead of a raid planned there. And raids in Chicago were also delayed last month after another media leak.
Well, between the leaks and the handful of Democrat-led cities still trying to hinder raids and deportation efforts by declaring sanctuary city status, we'll continue to see how President Trump's deportation efforts unfold. But as we see these stories about how apparently there are leaks coming from inside, it looks like the Department of Homeland Security or ICE, just goes to show you some people are not on board in those departments with the president's plan.
I'm so annoyed by this. I come at it from two prongs. First of all, you got to find out who the leaker is. They got to be prosecuted. The badge needs to be stripped. If they're a part of the administration, they should be banned from working from any type of administration going forward. But number two, and maybe this is just a personal standard because of my connection with law enforcement, I don't think it should be printed. It puts their lives at risk. Maybe that's just a personal view, Carly, but you got to understand the severity.
I understand what you're talking about because we're talking about criminals here. And during President Trump's interview with Bret Baier, the Super Bowl one that aired yesterday, Bret asked him, "What is success? How do you unite the country?" And he says, "The way to unite the country is through success. And getting criminals out of this country who are here illegally is what success looks like." Right. And last week, you mentioned it in what we were just reading, there was that raid in Aurora, Colorado. They were expecting to arrest 100 gang members and criminals. They only arrested one. And Bill Malugin was on that ride along with the ICE agents, went into the apartment complexes in Aurora and said there were no migrants in them, but there were blood on the apartment walls. And that is all you need to know about who is in this country that the Trump administration is trying to get out. But there are these leaks that are preventing that from happening and also putting the agents' lives in danger.
Well, here's the thing. When a news outfit gets a story, you know, we're a news outfit. We want to print what's going on. Invariably, they will ask the agency, hey, there's a story going on. Sometimes the federal government will say for national security or personnel security reasons, don't do that. Can you hold off on that because we're worried about the well-being of the people who are going to be involved? Obviously, that has not happened. But then again, the leakers might not be inside the federal agencies involved. It could be local police. It could be somebody at one of these sanctuary counties or, you know, entities who do not want this program to happen. But as we've been talking this morning, according to these new polls out, a majority of Americans are happy with the way Donald Trump is
over 60%.
He's following through on stuff he said he would do. And the raids are part of his plan.
That's right. And Pam Bondi put the leaker on notice, whoever it is, whoever they are, we're going to go after you, we're going to prosecute you, and we're still going to get the job done at the border.